Hello guys, and welcome back to Football Manager 2023, and welcome back to the series with me, your host Dean, or KGM, whichever one you prefer. Now welcome back to our epic quest across Europe. We're in nation number 23. Checked it this time before I started. Definitely nation number 23. And we're in the Ukraine. We are the manager of Zorya. Now we did briefly have a look at the squad last season. I said I was going to play through to the end of the season if we weren't threatened by relegation, and that's the way it turned out. This is how the league table finished. We finished in 10th place, which is very respectable, on 42 points, so we cleared the relegation zone and the playoffs by, 16 points, so quite comfortable in the end, really. We didn't quite manage to push on to Europe. We finished about 7 points outside of that, unfortunately. Dnipro did have a poor season, though. They finished down in 4th. Unfortunately, the job has not become available. It is in the balance, though. They're sort of the worst rated, them and Dinamo, the worst rated managers in the league. So something to keep an eye on. In terms of this season, though, we have made 3 signings, despite our very, very limited finances that we have here at Zorya. You can see I've got some transfer budget. I've just moved a player on, but that was to get me below the wage budget. There's not been too many go out, really. Sevilla has gone out. He's gone to Al Ittihad in United Arab Emirates for £350,000. That was to get him off the wage budget. The 3 that we've brought in, I want to say 4. We've actually brought a loan player in as well. The first one was Jonathan Aguas, I want to say, is a Colombian, 28 years old. He's on 3k a week, so not massive amounts. We've brought him in on a free transfer, already valued at £9 million. The value of players here in the Ukraine is absolutely mental. But he's a very good inside forward on the right-hand side. He's a big improvement on Danila Popov, who we had playing there before. Next in through the door was a loan from our parent club, Atletico Madrid. It's David Urbano, centre-half, 19 years old. We are paying his wages while he's here on loan, unfortunately. But again, he is an improvement at centre-half. He's actually lining up at left-back for us this season. I don't know why it's comparing him to right-backs. I don't know why that does that. But he's actually going to get the start at left-back for us this season, because we have brought in a couple of centre-halves. And the first one was Abdoulaye Sane. Again, a decent centre-half. We paid £375,000 for him. It's actually a record signing for the club on 3.7k a week. Slightly older Senegalese player, but again, he's still got the physicals and the technicals to play in that centre-half position for us. And the other one we brought in, he's not a centre-half, I beg your pardon. He's actually a winger. It's Jorge Cartagena, right-sided inside forward on that right-hand side. Like I say, he's got a fairly strong left foot. Peruvian, 31 years old. Cost us £100,000, 6.5k a week. Again, I think it's an improvement on what we've got. And that's all we could afford, really. So where that actually leaves us in terms of the financially, we're £2 million in debt. We're just below the wage budget, which has reduced since last season. In terms of the club, we've got the kits done. I've done them 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago I've done them. They look very, very good. Kitbasher's come up trumps again with the kits, which is great. I'm not quite sure about this one. The kit clashes there, really, but it has done a good job. Dino Kiev, I like theirs. This one, I've had to put the badge in myself because I didn't have a badge in my badge pack, which is why the background is still there in white. But it was better than what it was before. Again, some nice kits. But where that leaves us in terms of the actual league table, of course, Shakhtar did win the league. You may have saw that there. But season preview-wise, we're actually up to 6th at 51s, which is really good. Shakhtar, of course, the favourites. You've got Dinamo Kiev and Dnipro there, as you'd expect, as the next 2. But I'm quite optimistic with us predicted to finish in 6th place. But there's no way that we can compete with this. £135 million to sign him at 21-year-old Ukrainian. But he's brilliant. He really is brilliant. Really, really brilliant. Does he have a release clause? No, he doesn't have a release clause or anything like that. So God knows how we're supposed to compete with that. We're just going to have to keep plodding along with Zorya for as long as we can. Until either one of the big boys comes along, or we make it into Europe and get some finances through the doors so we can start buying some players. But we have reached the start of the new season. We're going to kick off the season against Chernomorets, I believe. And we're going to take on Alexandria as well in a double-header for you. So we'll get into the first game straight away. We'll meet the players, the team, the lineup for the season that we're going to go with. Like I say, it's not it hasn't changed too much from when you were last here. You can see we do have a suspension, which is unfortunate, so we're going to have to put somebody who's not quite up to scratch in there. We can't even name a full bench. The squad is now that small. But in terms of the squad itself, we continue with Mazur in goal. He's not great. I don't like his eccentricity. But it's what we've got. It's what we've got, basically, so we're stuck with it. Melnichenko remains from last season at right back again. Not fantastic, but he can do the job for us. The two centre-halves, you've met Sané already, and we're sticking with Kovliov as the other centre-half. He's more than capable at 23 years old. We've also got to fill that Ukrainian quota for the league. Abano, you've met again, coming in at left-back. Three midfielders, apart from Kopitko, are pretty much the same. Sladaki continues as a defensive midfielder on defend. Again, not great, but until we get some finances through the door, it's what we've got. Demchuk is one of the Segundo Volantes. Similar story, just not great. Kopitko is actually a left back, but we're going to have to play him as one of the Segundo Volantes today. On the left, we've got the new signings, Aguas, and on the right, we've got Cartagena. Again, can definitely do a job for us. And then up top, it continues to be Konyakov. I don't think you met Konyakov last season. He was injured for the only game that we played, or suspended, one of the two. But he's got 8 in 34 for the club, so he really needs to start chipping in with a few more. So as we get underway in our first full season here in the Ukraine, like I say, I'm quite optimistic of making it into those European places with the odds that the media have given us. And we are on each act straight away. It's Melnichenko finding Kopitko, the stand-in defensive midfielder. Melnichenko again driving towards the penalty area. Good tackle by Dankiv though, but Melnichenko does retain the ball. Hladaki finds Abano, the man on loan from Atletico Madrid. Cuts inside on that right foot. It's a really poor effort though from the young Spaniard. And now Chernomorets looking dangerous themselves down the other end with the free kick. Mazur was scrambling across his goal there. I think the dive was more for show than anything. The ball was well wide of the target. But still, Chernomorets with these free kicks. Hladaki heads this one away. Konyakov collects this one. Finds Hladaki again. Aguas, the new winger, finds his other new winger in Cartagena to Kopitko. Forward towards Demchuk. We've got runners ahead of him. Demchuk tries to feed Konyakov, but it's cut out. It's Cartagena now to Konyakov. Konyakov puts the ball in the back of the net. Whether he's onside or not is a different matter. We're about to find out, of course, with the standard VAR check in Football Manager 23. And it has been awarded. I actually thought that Konyakov was offside. It's a really nice build-up for the goal. Demchuk's original pass is cut out, but he does well to get the ball back. Agius feeds Cartagena, who one-touch layoff to Konyakov to put us 1-0 up inside the 17th minute in the game. For a good start here in the second season. Two of the new signings combining there as well, which is pleasing to see. And we come forward again. It is Abano feeding the ball forward towards Aguas. Aguas looking to take it past his man. It's a good chat. No, good tackle for me, that like. Good tackle for me by Koroleanchuk. My pronunciation of these names, like I always say, guys, is absolutely shocking. I butcher every single one, and I sincerely apologise. We did get to the right decision there, though. I think it was definitely not a penalty. It looked like a very good tackle to me. But coming in towards the half-time break, we are on top in this game, which is pleasing to see. As Aguas with this free kick, it's a good one. He's got the goalkeeper to make a save, which is all you can really ask for, is it? It's hit the target, make the goalkeeper do something. He comes across to take the corner this time. Can we pick out one of those centre-halves at this near post? It's towards the edge of the 6-yard box instead, and it's headed away. But Kovliov comes back and does his defensive duties really well. So massively on top at half-time, which is good. It would be nice to get another goal just to make us that little bit safer. But I am impressed with the debutants so far. Right, we're approaching the final 20 minutes. It's this first highlight of the second half, but it has been much of the same. It's been all Zorya on the attack. Kopitko finding Cartagena. Cartagena with the effort from range. The goalkeeper's made a bit of a hash of it. Somehow he saved the second one from the follow-up from Konyakov there. Good effort from outside the area there from Cartagena. That's pleasing to see, and I'd like to see more of that. But we've restricted Chernomorets here to absolutely nothing on target. They've barely ventured out of their own half, and you can see by that XG match story there in the sort of middle left of the screen that we are massively on top in this game, which is, like I say, really pleasing to see. I've just noticed that Volska are 6-0 up in their opening game of the season. And this is where we can see the equaliser, isn't it, into injury time, when they've not had a shot on target. They've still not had a shot on target. It's not a penalty, is it? No. I thought it was going to happen. I thought we were about to get FM there. That would have been disappointing to say the least. But that's a good way to start the season, guys. We have dominated the game, really dominated the game, and we have picked up the win, which is all you can ask for. So one game in then. We are currently sat in 4th position. Of course, there's only been one game, so don't take anything from it. But it was a good win. Like I say, Vorskla picking up a 6-0 win there. 2 players sent off for LNZ Cherkasy. Unfortunately for them. One thing I did notice when I was doing the kits as well, by the way, guys, is that there's 2 teams in this division called Metalist, which is going to get confusing at some point. One is Metalist, one is Metalist 1925. I will get them confused. 100% I will. But we're going to go forward to the next game now, guys. It's not too far away. We are against Alexandria. So I'll catch up with you guys in a minute, and we'll see how we can get on there against Alexandria. Right, guys, welcome back to the second part of today's episode. We are away to Alexandria in today's game. It's pretty much the same lineup as the last game, except Pinchuk comes back in the midfield for the stand-in defensive midfielder. Who did we play there? It was Kapitko, wasn't it? Of course, last season's left-sided fullback. We've got Urbano playing there now, though. So that's the only change so far in this game. Let's see how we got on against Alexandria. And we get the game underway. Of course, we are in our changed kit today. Alexandria do play in white the same as we do. So we're in our nice away kit. I like our away kit very much. It's very good. But Alexandria have actually started off the better team here by the looks of things. They're having more of the ball, more of the shots. We're slowly starting to turn that around now. Cartagena having a good game there on the right-hand side. But 20 minutes gone, and it is still the 0-0. Not a highlight yet, which is a little bit disappointing. Hopefully we get one pretty soon. And we do, and it's right on the stroke of half-time. But it's Alexandria, the ones that are coming forward with their own Kovalyov. It's into the box. Sane makes the challenge. No ref. No ref. No. This is never a penalty. Never, ever a penalty. And we're going to get, yeah, again, the standard VAR check. And no. Apparently, Saturday was a little too forceful in the challenge, it said in the commentary there. I don't think so, but Alexandria with the chance to take the lead right on the stroke at half-time, and he does. Maximov goes straight down the middle with the penalty for his first goal of the season. We do have a little bit of work to do now in the second half, don't we, boys and girls, with that shocking penalty decision, really. So we're going to have to get a little bit shouty at the boys at half-time. Alexandria have actually been the better team so far, and Aguas even is not having the best of games, so we'll have a little bit of a shout at them. Hopefully second half we come out guns blazing and we get ourselves back into the game. We're approaching the final 10 minutes. We have been better in the second half, but again, this is the first highlight of the second half. We've had one in the first half. This is the first one of the second half, and it is Borodin pinching the ball there, looking for Petrov, but we do head it clear via Kovalyov. Find the ball at the feet of Urbano, the on loan Spaniard, forced back towards Kovalyov. Can he pick out a teammate? Can we get that equaliser? It's Pinchuk. Pinchuk's tackled well by Sminov, but he's done well to win the ball back. And then the Alexandria player's gone diving in 2-foot there, and yes, definitely a red card. Alexandria down to 10 men for the final 10 minutes of the game. You can see there by the match stats, though, that we have been the better team in the second half. We just haven't produced anything. And Konyakov up there on a 6.1. Without me really having a replacement for him is concerning. But can we rescue something deep into injury time? Hladicki finding Urbano on the left-hand side. Comes inside, going to get the shot away. Urbano, it's gone just wide of the post from the young Spaniard. And I do have to say that we've probably deserved this defeat. We've not created enough. We've not created enough at all. The sheer lack of highlights demonstrates that, as now Alexandria just taking the time off this goal kick. Surely that's a yellow card. In today's football, it's a yellow card for the goalkeeper. He's waited that long that the ref's blown the full-time whistle. That's a disappointing result, really, after picking up the win in the first game of the season. Konyakov had a poor game. Aguas has not been great in that one. Neither has Melnichenko, either at the right full-back position. And that's really disappointing to lose that, really. So a bit of a mixed bag to start the season off, guys. unfortunately. So where that leaves us is in 6th place, which of course is where we're predicted to finish. We do have teams with games in hand though, like Shakhtar and Dynamo Kiev. Of course, they're playing in European football, and just because of when the season starts in the Ukraine, it's quite late into August when it starts. The European stuff has already kicked off, really. So we do have some teams with European football to play. This is a 30-game season here in Ukraine, so we're going to come back a third of the way through the season. So I'll see you for game number 10, which means I've got 7 to play in between now and then. Hopefully we're still fighting for these European places. We're not going to be in the championship hunt this season, not with the squad that we've got compared to teams like Shakhtar, who are going to be really hard to overthrow with a team like Zorya, let's put it that way. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit that like button. Let me know what you think of the new signings in the comments below. Let me know where you think we can finish. Can we make it to Europe? It'd be nice to hear from you, and obviously I will reply as well. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode. So cheers guys, catch you later.